Hey guys, it's EJ with Blockpad, and today we're looking at rounding. Let's start with rounding and number formatting. So for dynamic equations, if you're just typing the number in, then it's going to show that number exactly as you typed it. So if I add a bunch of sevens here, it's going to show it all the way just like that. I'm going to press Control Z to undo that. Now, the result of a dynamic equation will be rounded. So over here, I have this example value plus 0 so that I get it as a result. And by default, it's going to round it to 3 decimal places with a minimum of 3 significant figures. So these values here will be rounded to 3 decimal places, but this small value here is rounded to 3 significant figures. It's not 3 decimals. Now for spreadsheets, the default is to show as many decimals as will fit. So if I make this smaller, it's just going to show less decimals until I get to the ones place. And then after that, it's going to give these number signs instead of rounding. So I'll stretch this back out. Now, if you want to change this behavior, you can do so with value format. So I'm going to select all of these and go to value format. And you've got a few options here. You can show as many as will fit, like with spreadsheets. You can change it to a fixed count of decimal places or significant figures. You can also change it like the default for equations, round to so many decimal places, but keep so many significant figures. And you also have fraction here as an option for rounding, but I'm not going to show you that one here. Now I'm going to click OK for my 1 decimal place and 4 significant figures. You can see that change is applied. Now, when you round with formatting like this, you're not changing the actual value underneath. So if I reference this value, it still has this original number value stored underneath it. It's not actually going to change it. So if I come up here, I can actually increase digits as a little shortcut. So you can notice it still has this original value. It's not this rounded to the 1 decimal place. Now you can round to change the actual value using rounding functions. So the two basic ones are round and RoundSigFigs. If I use round on this value here, then it's going to round it to the ones place. I can also specify the digits that I want it to round to. So I can round to 2 digits, or I can round to -2 digits and it's going to go the opposite direction. Or I can round to 4 digits and so on. Notice when I round to 4 though, it's showing just 3 because that's the default. And if I increase the digits up here, then you can see it's rounding to the 4 digits and not 3 after all. RoundSigFigs works very similarly, except that it's going to round to the number of significant figures. So if I take this example value, I can say I want 2 significant figures, or 3, 4, 5, whatever it is you want, it's going to work that way. Now, with rounding functions, it's important to keep units intelligence in mind because the round functions will work on the unit that is inside of the function. So changing or converting the number to a different unit will change the result numerically. For example, if I round this example value, but I convert it to meters first, my result's going to be 22 meters, which is a numerically different value than rounding it to millimeters, which is going to be that 223 millimeters. Just to illustrate that, if I convert back to millimeters after running the function, then you can see very clearly that these are numerically different. You can even use this to your benefit if you want to, for example, round to the nearest inch. So say I have a foot value, say 5.222 feet. I can convert it to inches, and then that's going to round it to the nearest inch instead of rounding it to the nearest foot. So it's just a good thing to keep in mind when you're doing these rounding functions. Now, one more thing I want to show you is floor and ceiling are rounding functions that can be used to round to a multiple of a number. So if I round it to this example value and my second input is 0.25, then I'm going to round it to the nearest multiple of 0.25. Now floor is always going to round down. For ceiling, it's going to work the same except it's always going to round up. So if I do ceiling to 0.25, it's going to round up to that nearest multiple. And this could be anything. It works for 3 or the nearest multiple of 12, and that's how you do that. Now, there's not a built-in function for doing a regular round with multiple. So for example, if it's halfway between, it won't round up or down. But you can do that yourself using the round function. So I can take the round of this example value, divide it by the multiple that I want, and then multiply it by the multiple after the function runs. And now that's going to work as a regular round function that'll round up or down appropriately. You could even turn this into your own custom function if you want. So I could call it round to multiple of num comma mult equals, and then now I just have to replace these values in here with my argument names. So num for number, then divide it by mult, and then times mult. And now I've got my custom function that I can use just like a regular function. So I can say round to multiple of example value, round it to 12, or round it to 0.25, and that's going to work. Now that's really all I've got for you, but I want to end the video just with a quick summary of all the different rounding functions that we have in the program. I'll also put a link in the description that has all of these functions. So first is round, which I think we've already covered. Now round down is always going to round down and towards 0. So for example, negative 4.8 will round down to negative 4. Round up works the same way, except just up away from 0. SigFigs we've really already covered. Int is always going to round down to negative infinity. So for example, negative 4.2 will round down to negative 5. And it's always going to round to the nearest integer. You can't specify the decimal place. Now truncate rounds down towards 0. It essentially truncates off the numbers after the decimal you specify. It ends up being basically the same as round down. Now even is going to round up to the nearest even number. Odd is going to round up to the nearest odd number. And then floor and ceiling we covered earlier. Floor is going to round down towards negative infinity, and then you have a multiple that you can specify. Likewise for ceiling, except rounding up. And that's all I've got for you guys today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thank you.